Okay, it is officially 3:02 p.m. So in the interest of respecting everybody's time, we're going to go ahead and get started with the webinar. First off, let me thank everybody that's taking time out of their busy schedules to sit down and chat with me this afternoon. This is being recorded, so if you have to jump out earlier, if you want to share it with your teams, we will have a recording that's made available and will likely go up on our YouTube channel. With that being said, for those that don't know me, my name is Franklin Stouffer, and I am the Vice President of Sales here at Delta Media Group. And today our webinar is focused on our newest product release, which is DeltaNET Academy. So we're super excited to be sharing this with you all today. And I'm going to go ahead and do some screen sharing, and we'll jump between a keynote that I've got prepared, as well as some live walkthroughs of the software today. I don't think we'll go the full hour, so we'll have plenty of times for questions at the end. So please feel free to use the chat or use the Q&A system. Just submit your questions in there, and I'll make sure we get to them at the end of the webinar, because we will definitely have time for questions. So with that being said, let me start some screen sharing here. And what we're talking about today is one of many features that we have been working on at Delta for quite some time. So we have a lot of exciting announcements that we're going to be sharing throughout the year. But our first major feature release of 2022 is going to be DeltaNET Academy. And what you're seeing on the screen now is kind of the direction that we've been moving at Delta over the last several months, where if you think about major software companies such as Adobe, you could think about the Adobe suite of tools. They've got Adobe Photoshop, there's Adobe Premiere, and there's a dozen other tools that they've got in their toolbox. And at Delta, we've really been building over the years a variety of new products and features that we've been launching really since 2012, with features like Properties in Motion, Open House Connector, Ad Wizard, local showings, our website platform. And that's going to be expanding this year with other exciting features such as DeltaNET Academy, Delta Pitch, Delta Create, and more. And the DeltaNET is the underlying platform that powers all of these different products and makes it possible. And so we've been thinking at Delta Media Group on how can we really live up to the mantra that we believe in, that we want to have the best all-in-one platform available in real estate. And one of the areas that we saw there was a deficiency in the all-in-one software marketplace is that very few services had a built-in learning management system. And a lot of companies were being forced to go out and find third-party software to use to help with their training and education services. And so we've been building since 2020 what eventually became known as DeltaNET Academy, which is the learning management system that we're going to be covering in detail on our call today. Additionally, we've been building other services that we'll have more webinars on throughout the year, such as Delta Pitch, which is our CMA builder, which is going to be launching in May of this year, and Delta Create, which is the next evolution of the Creative Studio in refinement of that product as well. And so we've got a lot of exciting things working. And today, the mantra that I want you guys to keep in mind as I start this webinar series that'll be running throughout the year, talking about these new products and features, is that we want the DeltaNET to be the best all-in-one platform in real estate. And so our mantra is we are all in one when you want it, but we can be best in class when you don't. So as we talk about features throughout this call and other calls in the future, keep in mind that we play nice with others and we integrate with hundreds of other third-party vendors today. So if you really like other existing third parties that you use, for example, for a CMA product or for your learning management system, we integrate well with others, but we always like to have the opportunity to help you consolidate third-party vendors and get everything in one package in one place. And so we've got a great video that we put up on our YouTube channel about 2 weeks ago that is the first introduction into DeltaNET Academy. So what I would like to do is, rather than play the video live on this recorded webinar, I would just encourage you to go to our YouTube channel if you haven't seen this short promo video already, and you can share it with your team. So our YouTube channel is youtube.com/Delta Media Group. And this is a good little promo video you could share with your agents if you want to get them excited about some of the learning tools that are coming into the platform today. For you guys on this call, we're going to do a deeper dive and talk in detail about what's available within DeltaNET Academy, how you turn it on, when you can expect to get hands-on with it, and what are all the tools and features that are available within this new service. And so we've got a phase 1 of DeltaNET Academy, which is going to be going live next Tuesday. So the official launch of DeltaNET Academy is going to be on March, I believe, 22nd. So 1 week from today, the software will be live in the DeltaNET for you guys to get hands-on with. Now, what I will also make mention of is DeltaNET Academy is being added to all DeltaNET accounts free of charge. So this is not an upsold product. This is something that you're going to see available within the system, because really it's designed around helping you guys bring awareness, training, and education to the other tools and features that we've got in the system, and then some. And so phase one of DeltaNet Academy is going to come out of the box with 4 pre-built courses that Harley, our marketing and our training team, has put together that you guys can use to help get your agents up to speed with the DeltaNet for the first time, training on how to customize and build websites, on how to manage their databases and leads, and more. So we've got out of the box training courses that you'll see on day one. The system also supports the ability for admins using the DeltaNet to create their own custom training courses. So you have the ability of creating a training course, and then within that course, defining modules, which are essentially the classes that you would take within the course. And at the end of a course, you can have a pre-built quiz. So we have a quiz builder tied into the software, so that once somebody has gone through the modules and they get to the end of a course, they can be quizzed, and you guys can set the benchmarks for what's considered a pass or a fail within that course. The courses do support integrated videos, integrated slideshows, and of course the quiz system. You guys as administrators can also assign courses to be completed by agents or office users and have a due date set on that. So assigning a course to a user means that they're going to get a task assigned in the DeltaNet, so they'll get reminders on that. And then they'll have a due date for when they need to complete that course. And there's detailed reporting to show you guys on the administration side, are your agents completing those courses on time, or are they overdue? And you can also see if agents are passing or failing the courses that are created within the system. And the one thing that I would also make mention of is that these courses do not need to be DeltaNet specific. So while the out of the box courses are all about training to DeltaNet tools, our ultimate vision with DeltaNet Academy is that it could be used for any type of training. We envision companies that are onboarding a new agent come in to DeltaNet Academy and they take a course about the day one rules of working at your organization. What's the dress code? Where do they park? What is the process of getting license renewals? Anything that you could think of that you would be training or educating your agents on, you can actually use DeltaNet Academy to build those courses, have logging, have metrics, have detailed reporting on it, and it encourages your agents to log into their CRM, where not only do they find all their training material now, but all of the other great automated marketing features you guys want them using will be right at their fingertips when they're within the software. And so all of this is what's going live on next Tuesday and what we're going to be talking about in detail today. Before I jump into the live walkthrough and demonstrate some of what's included within DeltaNet Academy, I'd also like to share a little bit about the details of actually launching the service. So what would you do on day one if you're an existing customer? Or if you're a prospect that happens to be on this webinar looking to potentially use the DeltaNet or work with us, what would your process be like if you wanted to get hands-on with this tool? So our policy is going to be that all new customers that launch with the DeltaNet after March 22nd have DeltaNet Academy enabled by default. So it'll automatically be within the DeltaNet, and you'll be able to find it on the administration side under admin, admin home, and there'll be a new button in the navigation that says DeltaNet Academy. This also is the case for existing customers. So all existing clients already using the DeltaNet, regardless of if you're on DeltaNet version 5 or 6, will be able to log in to the DeltaNet, and you'll find under admin, admin home, DeltaNet Academy. So the admin side, it will always be visible. On the agent side of the system, new clients will automatically find DeltaNet Academy under the resources tab on the agent side of the system. If you are an existing customer that wants to make DeltaNet Academy visible to your agents, you will need to create a tile for them. So you can actually decide where do you want your agents to get into the training and education center. You could add a custom tile on their homepage. You could add that tile on the CRM tab, on the marketing tab, the resources tab, wherever you think it's most applicable to put your training resources. You can determine where you want to add that tile. The reason why we are asking existing customers to create the tile themselves rather than having it on by default is many of our customers have white labeled DeltaNets, where we have customers that don't call it DeltaNet at all. They might call it Connect or Online Office or Galaxy, ProLink Plus. We have a variety of customers that have fully themed and customized their DeltaNet. And because we want to support the clients that have white labeled and done custom work in their intranet, we're giving them on the admin side the ability to modify the out-of-the-box training material that we've included, which is all Delta branded specific. So you guys that are admins of companies that have gone through the process of white labeling your system, you'll be able to get into the admin side, update your material or resources, work with our partner success team to make sure all the material is good for your company. And then you can enable it for your agents on the agent side once you guys have gone through and made sure all the imagery and training matches up with your custom versions of the DeltaNet. So the plan is that out of the box for those using it, you can simply add the tile, you're ready to go. Those of you that have white labeled systems, you'll have the ability to customize the training material and courses through the admin side of the system. So we're going to jump out of the Keynote and we're going to go straight into DeltaNet Academy right now. So let me go ahead and we're going to screen share my other screen. And what you're seeing here first is the admin side view of DeltaNet Academy. So the system is of course going to have two different elements to it. The admin side, where your trainers and your admin team is going to be able to go in and build courses, modify the settings and what's available for the agents. And then the agent side is very much focused where they can log in, see all the training material that's available to them, clearly see what courses are assigned to them that they need to respond to. And it's just a much cleaner interface on the agent side because there's a lot less of the customization tools on their end. And so as an administrator looking at DeltaNet Academy, the first thing you're going to have access to is the welcome paragraph. So this section here is going to be what the agent sees when they first hit the DeltaNet Academy page on the agent side. To quickly illustrate this, if I was an agent in DeltaNet Academy, I could see I've got this banner at the very top of the page. Right now, I've just got a DeltaNet Academy badge right there at the top of the page. You guys could actually edit or modify whatever content you want to have as a little welcome text. So if you wanted to name it your online resource center, or you wanted to name it something different than DeltaNet Academy, you will have the ability to do so, especially as you think about those brokerages that have white labeled the system and may call it something like ProLink Plus or Online Office. You're not going to want to call it DeltaNet Academy. So you will have the ability to rename these tools and put whatever banner you want at the top of the page. Beneath that, as an administrator, I can clearly see all of the courses that have been created within the system. And because we're currently in our demo environment, we've got our 4 global courses, which you guys are going to see. So welcome to the DeltaNet. We've got automation courses, customizing your website, and organizing your database as our 4 global courses that are going to be available out of the box. This system is designed so that you can easily drag and drop and reorganize your training courses as well. So if I wanted to make it so that the first course that our agents see is the organizing your database course, I could simply drag and drop and reorganize the course that's going to be displayed. You guys will have the ability of naming courses, naming the introduction text that the agents see, and they'll be able to click into and view all of the modules that are available within the course. Every single course that you build in DeltaNet Academy, you have the ability of selecting if it's active or a draft. So if you want to take the time to build out a long formatted course, it's able to be set as a draft, so you can come in and work on it periodically over an extended period of time. Once you're ready for it to be available, you can set that course as active, and your agents will now have the ability to see it. Additionally, your courses can be set up to be office specific. So we have clients that are in a wide range of geographic territory. So some of our clients may have specific rules that they want to train to that might be specific to the state of California, but they also have agents in Oregon or in Nevada. So they may not need some of those specific rules or training courses to be visible to everybody. So you can actually specify, are these training courses available only to agents in a specific office? This is also applicable if you've got a commercial division, as many of our clients do. So if you've got both your residential and commercial agents in one DeltaNet, you may only want the commercial training available to the agents that are within the commercial office. So that's a way that you can specify, is that course only going to be available to agents in that office? You can also build courses designated based off of account type. So this means that the DeltaNet Academy is not just about creating training courses for your agents, but you can also build training courses for new office users or admins that you hire into your company. So if you wanted to build an admin training course or an office manager training course that would only be visible to your office users, that's something else that you can do within DeltaNet Academy. Inside of the system, I can take any of these existing courses and I could view what are the metrics of this particular course. So each of the courses that's built into the system has built-in reporting and metrics tracking. And I'll give you some different examples of what these look like as we go throughout the presentation. So any course that I want to view, I can get a quick preview of how many agents have been assigned to take this course, how many have not yet completed it, how many have, and how many agents are past due on completing that particular course. If I wanted to come in and custom create my own course, it's as easy as clicking new course. And as you're building the course, you could set that course's name. So here we'll do a test course. I can designate the visibility. So I could just say this is available for everybody. This is also going to be available for all Office users. And it's for any account type. So here I could say this is just a test course. And by clicking continue, it's then going to take me into the builder. So I've now added the course, and the other things that I can build into it are things like building a quiz. I can build in modules, and the modules are the courses that are available within the system. And so instead of just going through and building a course step by step, I'm going to use one of the courses that we've already got built into the platform as an example. So here we're going to look at the Welcome to the DeltaNET course that Harley originally built as we were speccing and creating DeltaNET Academy. So if I wanted to go into the course builder, I can see he's got the name of the course created. And then here is the course description. And this system does support you being able to embed images, embed videos, and even attach documents and files. So I could come into the DeltaNET Academy, build a training course. Here is the text that's going to be visible when somebody is looking to get into the course. And then here are the modules that are available within the course. So if I click on that first module, this is all about setting up and walking through the creation of your profile in the DeltaNET. So here's how you can modify your bio, make sure your image is good, your MLS IDs. So this is kind of that get started course that you would want any new agent in your company to walk through. So if I wanted to change the order of the modules, this whole system is also drag and drop. So I can drag and drop the modules, which will be the order that the user is completing the different steps in the course. So I might have 2 modules and then a quiz, for example. Let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like if you were building a module, because the module is really the actual training component that's going to happen with the system. So you assign a course to be completed by an agent. They're going to get a notification through the DeltaNET that they have a course that they can take. They can see an overview of what this course is about. This is the Welcome to the DeltaNET course. And then ultimately, they're going to click into the first module. And you guys as administrators are going to build what's available within that module. So this module name is setting up your profile. Here's the description of what they're going to do in this course. And then essentially, you're creating a step-by-step presentation of what's going to be displayed to the user as they're in DeltaNET Academy. So on the very first page, I can see this content here in the editor is what the agent's going to see. So this is on the first step of your profile page. You can find your way here by clicking your name and clicking on the profile button. So you've got an embedded image. This is all using the WYSIWYG editors that are already available throughout the DeltaNET. So they would see this slide and click the next button. The next button is going to populate with the next page that's within this presentation. So this is saying your profile page contains numerous settings and options. And here's the things that you need to be setting up first within the page. And as I scroll down, I can see that Harley actually has an embedded animated GIF right inside of this slide. So it's showing them how to type in different elements of their profile page and find the things they're looking for. In this example, starting with the bio. So once they've seen this, they can click the next button, which will populate the next slide. So this is then continuing on. Next, we'll update your photo and showing them step by step with an animated GIF walkthrough or an embedded YouTube video of here's how you would update and upload your photo within the DeltaNET. So you can follow along. If I wanted to make any changes within this actual module, I could change any of this text and hit update slide. Hitting update slide is going to update this module for everybody within DeltaNET Academy. So I could take any of the existing courses that are already built into the software, use them as a base, and I could come in and change text. I could change photos. I can duplicate a module to use as a base or duplicate a course and modify it from there. So you have the ability to go through step by step and build these different pages that essentially are displayed to the agent where they can see step 1 of the module, click the next button, go to step 2, step 3, step 4, and so on. The module editor also allows you to drag and drop and reorganize the steps and pages in the system. So if you wanted to change or reorder any of the content within this, you could simply grab your mouse, or if you are on mobile, tap and drag and drop. And it's going to reorganize the steps that are within the module itself. You'll also notice you have the ability of adding a video only slide. So here, if I wanted to add a slide before the final step of the module, I could say, let's add a new video only slide. And so by adding that new video only slide, it's going to give me the ability to embed a specific YouTube video, which will then be embedded within the steps that are inside of this module. So I can update that slide and have it added into the course. So this is showing me the video only editor down here, where I would simply copy and paste the YouTube video and it will be embedded inside of this course creator. If I'm finished, I can hit update, and that's going to complete the update of the course. I could do the same thing if I wanted to add a new module. I simply click the plus button. So as I am expanding training courses, I can say, let's add a new custom module, meaning you're going to build it totally from scratch. You're going to start with a blank slate, and you're going to be able to build your own custom course. If you don't want to start from scratch, you could say, let's add an existing module to this training course. By clicking add an existing module, it's going to give you a dropdown of all of the other modules we already have available out of the box in the DeltaNet. So you may want one of the first things that's in your Welcome to the DeltaNet training course. You may also want to show them information about their custom pages, or maybe about here's how you add or import your customers. So you want them to make sure their profile looks good, and then you want them to import contacts. So we'll just go ahead and say, let's add that importing contacts module straight into our first training course. By doing that, I've now added that. So the course now is setting up your profile, getting around in the DeltaNet, and then adding and importing customers. So it was that easy to add another module to this training course. Then, if I wanted to add a quiz to the end of it, I've got the add quiz button. And this is going to be a survey that is prompted when you get to the end of all of the modules within a course. And this system is designed so that you can set pass or fail metrics as well. So how many questions do they have to get right for you to have considered them passing this course? So I could say they need to get 80% of the questions correct if I want this to be a pass for the course. And then I could simply say, let's add some survey questions. So we'll have test question, and then option 1, option 2, option 3. And then I could designate which one of these is the actual correct answer to the question. So you could add as many multiple choice options as you want in the quiz editor, and then you're going to designate which one is the correct option simply by clicking the check mark next to the question that you've typed out. So we'll go ahead and save that question. And we're going to add another one. So this will be question 2. And then we'll have option 1, option 2. The first one is correct, so we'll save that question. And you'll see that additional questions will just start to populate inside of this editor. And again, like everything else in DeltaNet Academy, I can drag and drop to reorder the questions that are going to be asked in this quiz. So I can build out my different survey questions. And once I'm ready, and I think this quiz looks good, I can hit Save Quiz, and it's now going to be added as an option within this module. So we're going to jump back into DeltaNet Academy here, and you're going to see all the training courses that are available. And beneath those courses, on the admin side, you'll have detailed reporting. And this report is going to show you all of the agents within the company and which agents have been assigned courses and completed those courses. And did they complete them on time, or are they past due? So for example, I can see here Harley has had 4 courses assigned to him. He has completed 2, and he has 2 courses past due. So if I wanted to get a quick look at what those courses are, I can simply click on Harley's name. This is going to give me a detailed report of what are the courses that Harley has been assigned and which ones has he completed, or are we waiting for him to still complete. This would also tell you whether he passed or failed the courses. You can search for any agent as well by typing their name in the reporting tab. And this is going to give you a quick detailed view of how any of these agents you might be looking for are performing within DeltaNet Academy. So now we're going to jump over to the agent side. So I'm going to log in here as myself. And if you give me just a moment, I'm going to pull back up that DeltaNet Academy link. And you'll see that because I have got courses assigned to me, they're going to be in that assigned course field. Sorry about that. Let me reshare my screen. So now I'm logged into my account. And here we are in DeltaNet Academy. And I can see clearly defined that I've got multiple courses that are assigned for me to complete. So I've been assigned the Welcome to DeltaNet course, organizing my database, setting up my automations, and customizing my website. And I can see the due dates that I have for these courses. And I can click on the start button, which will immediately start the course for me. So here's what your agents would see as they start any of the courses. So I was assigned that Welcome to DeltaNet course. I clicked on the start button and I've got a pop-up modal and I could see all of the steps that there are in this first course. And I could just simply click on the first module, which gives me a description of it. And I can hit the start button and I'll start working through the actual course itself. So it gives me a pop-up modal right in the Academy screen. So I can see the videos and I can go step by step. I can click the finish button and work my way through any of these different modules. So I can hit the start button, view the different slides. Once I'm on the last slide, I hit finish, and you'll start to see it's actually tracking and logging when I completed these different modules within the course itself. So I'll just quickly demonstrate. We're going to go through and I'm going to finish this first course. And now that I've completed all of the modules, it tells me I've completed this course. And because that course is done, it's no longer in my assigned course list. I can also sort and see all of the courses that are in the system. So there's currently 7, but by default, it's only going to show the agents the courses that they have not yet completed. So it's just going to give them a history. I've got 3 left that I'm assigned to do, but there's actually 6 courses I could take in the system. In addition to seeing them listed in this view here, I can also see on my calendar when those courses are assigned to be completed by. Because they've been assigned, they're actually visible on my calendar. And if I had my Google Calendar or Office 365 calendar hooked up, those notifications would also be right on my phone. And I'll see that I've got a course that I've been assigned to complete. And right from this calendar, I could actually start the module just by clicking on that event if I was in the DeltaNet calendar. And in a nutshell, that's the agent view, and that's what's included in DeltaNet Academy version 1, which is launching next week. But I still have a little bit more to share before we get to the final questions. So I'm going to jump back into the keynote and let you know that we've got major plans for expanding DeltaNet Academy and what this learning management system is going to offer. And so we already have phase 2 of what we call DNA, DeltaNet Academy. We've got phase 2 already spec'd out and is on our roadmap for this year as well. So while we've got the initial version launching and we want to get companies hands-on using it, building courses and collecting feedback, we've also got several features we're excited to share with you to give you an idea of what's coming inside of this software as well this year. So we have an entire achievement platform that is spec'd out for phase 2, which will massively gamify DeltaNet Academy, giving you the ability to add achievements to different courses, which work as badges that can be displayed on the agent within the DeltaNet and even shared on their websites if they are upgraded agents with Delta websites in the platform. So they'll be able to earn achievements by completing multiple different courses, which could be either little icons that are next to their name, or you guys can upload images and have your own named achievements within the software. We're also adding functionality which will allow you to restrict users to do certain things in the DeltaNet until they have completed their course. So a good example to think of is you might hire a new agent, but you don't want them modifying their website or going in and breaking things as they customize their website tools. So you could say, you have to complete the DeltaNet website creation course before you have access to the website tab. So the system will actually lock down and not let them into the website tab until they've completed the website DeltaNet Academy course. So you could do things like, you can't respond to leads until you've completed our lead acceptance course, or you don't have access to the blog system until you've completed the blog training. Whatever you want to be able to restrict or lock down, we're going to be building in the functionality to restrict DeltaNet features behind course completion. Something else we're excited about that we gathered as feedback from our early adopters of DeltaNet Academy was the ability to host classes where you might schedule an event through the DeltaNet where you've got people that register to attend a class, which may even be just a virtual Zoom webinar like this, where you'll have a host or a teacher in this example that goes through a course live on a webinar or in person in a classroom. And at the end, anybody that was registered for that course that attended, the host can hit accept, and everybody that attended that class is automatically passed the course. So you could actually build a class in DeltaNet Academy, host it as a live course or a virtual course. Everybody that was in attendance would then get the acceptance badge for completing the course at the end of that event. And we've got other various UI and UX upgrades coming to DeltaNet Academy as well. And that actually, that last bullet point will tie into some of the next things that we're going to be talking about on our live webinar, which is, for those that have not yet heard, we have been hard at work at Delta working on DeltaNet 7, which is the next major version update to the DeltaNet platform that we've been hard at work at Delta. And the entire idea of DeltaNet 7 is that we're going through page by page, service by service within the DeltaNet and completely simplifying and unifying all of the styling, the usability, and the way that agents interact with the DeltaNet, and streamlining all of the tools and options that they've already got available at their fingertips. And so while DeltaNet Academy is launching next week inside of DeltaNet 6, we are going to be factoring in updated styling, usability, and other tools that we've got coming in DeltaNet 7, which is slated for launch later this year. So we're not going to go into too much detail about 7 today, but the tagline for this product is that it's made simple, it's all about simplification, and it's made yours because it's built with tons of customization tools in mind. So we'll have more to talk about DeltaNet 7 in the coming months, but I just wanted to share that we've got a big vision for DeltaNet Academy, and our next major version of the DeltaNet has those plans in mind. But DeltaNet Academy version 1 will be going live for everybody next Tuesday. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the chat and the questions. I see that there's already a couple that have come through. And so one of the first things that was pointed out is, can you see how much time the agent actually spends in the course? So that's a great question. Right now, I don't believe we're doing exact time tracking per course, but we certainly have that data. So I'm going to get that included on our set 2 feature list. That way we can see how long agents are spending time in each particular course that they may be working through. And another question that we were asked is, does this only allow an admin to create self-paced modules for agent use, or is there a way to include live Zoom training sessions into the DeltaNet Academy? So good question, Michelle. And I think that's going to tie in with the class system that we're working on for phase 2 of DeltaNet Academy, as being able to have hosted interactive courses directly through DeltaNet Academy, where you can have people in attendance, mark them all as completed the course. That's something that won't be there day 1, but that is something that we're looking to have in the system with round 2, which will be slated for later this year. Another question that came through is, can you add a restriction so that the agents will have to watch all of the video instead of just clicking on the video and then off? That's a really good idea. We don't have that in there right now, but I know exactly how we would do that. So we can build time filters, time gates on those courses. So essentially we would assume when you hit that page, you're going to hit the play button on the video, and we can restrict it so that the button isn't visible to move on to the next step until the time of the video matches up. So if I was creating a course and it was a 3-minute video on a slide, I can make it so that that next button isn't clickable until 3 minutes after it's been loaded. So I will also get that included in our immediate feedback list. That's a really good idea. So I'll give it just another minute or two. If anybody has any other questions, I'm happy to take them. Otherwise, you're going to be seeing updated Tech Tuesday videos about DeltaNet Academy. This will be live in the system next week. We'll have plenty of other training, and our support team will be able to help you, as well as our partner success team, if you guys want help setting up any of these custom courses. But we're excited for you guys to be able to get hands-on with this next week. So for those that don't have any questions, you're welcome to hop off the webinar, and the video will be coming soon. Otherwise, I'll just leave the room open for another minute or 2 to take any questions you guys may have. There's a question for, are we going to have dedicated training for seller reports? Yes, absolutely. So the 4 courses that are built in out of the box are just the beginning. There will be ongoing DeltaNet created courses that will be added to the system. And we already have plans for that being visible. For example, for My Customer for Life will likely be the first course we add, but Market Watch reports and seller report creation are other training courses that we already have on our roadmap that we're going to be adding into DeltaNet Academy. There was a question here on demonstrating how DeltaNet Academy will be visible on the agent side. So actually, I'm going to go back into a live walkthrough so I can demonstrate exactly how you would set up access to DeltaNet Academy come next Tuesday. So let me reshare my primary screen here. If you are an admin inside of the DeltaNet, you're going to have the ability to create tiles on your agent's DeltaNet accounts. So essentially what you would do as a root admin is you're going to go over to the agent side of the DeltaNet, and you guys can pick, where do you want access to DeltaNet Academy to be? So what I'm recommending is normally you either want to put it on the dashboard page. So you would say edit tiles, add a new tile, and then you're going to type DeltaNet Academy. And as you type, you're going to actually have a drop-down list that will appear. It'll be visible next Tuesday, where you'll just type DeltaNet Academy, or you can just type Academy, and you're going to have the option. It'll actually pre-populate for you. And all you have to do is hit save. And it's going to add that tile wherever you placed it. So I'm recommending most companies put it on the dashboard or inside of other resources. Other resources right now is where agents can find the current training, the current live chat, and get current access into our support queue. So you could also add DeltaNet Academy access here under other resources. But for most people, I'm going to recommend on your dashboard, you're going to want to say edit tiles, add a new tile. You're going to type DeltaNet Academy. Again, this isn't going to work because it's not visible in the system until next Tuesday. But when you go in, you'll be able to type it. It'll actually pre-populate. It'll load in all of the information. It'll load the tile, the description, the image. It'll all be pre-populated. You just hit save. So it's 2 steps. Add tile, type in DeltaNet Academy, hit save, and you're done. And it'll add a new button, just like everything we have here. For example, just to demonstrate, I could get a quick tile into the Marketing Center. So I typed in Marketing Center, and it actually preloaded the link. It preloaded the title, the images, everything loaded. I hit save, and literally in 5 seconds, just by me typing Marketing Center, it added that tile on the dashboard. So that's the exact step that you would go through as an admin to get access to DeltaNet Academy on the agent side. There was a question here that, yes, this has been recorded. So this will be sent out to anybody that wants to share it with their teams. Another question that was asked is, does this have to be activated for each agent individually? No, you only have to add the tile one time and it will be available for every agent in the company. So you're simply going to add that tile a single time as an admin, and it's automatically visible on every agent's DeltaNet. Let me see. So another question that came through is, will you guys have a way we can do education training for different stages of the buying and selling process that you can send out throughout the under contract process? For example, if we go under contract, we can send a video email to the buyer explaining what happens next, such as scheduling your home inspection, etc. This would be great for communication purposes. So actually, this is the first great question. This is the first time I've heard somebody ask about being able to use DeltaNet Academy for the customer, for the buyer or seller that is engaging with you and has a portfolio account on your consumer-facing website. That functionality is not there day one, but that's a really good idea as well for us to be able to build in with phase 2 because of the My Portfolio interface that all of your buyers and sellers have access to. We could theoretically give them, add a link as an agent that would make that course visible on their portfolio account so that they could actually go through and be involved in part of that process as well. So I'll get that feedback added to our feedback list. That's a really neat idea to be able to have a version that the agent could share with the consumer that they could get access to and answer questions and have assignment of that. So good feedback, and I'll get that recorded as well. Let's see. Are you planning on adding in-app screen recording, GIFs, stock photos for custom course creation, like Trainual offers? So we do have inside of DeltaNet Academy, we do have pre-built stock photos that's actually available in all of our WYSIWYG editors inside of the DeltaNet. So inside of any editor, there's actually a button that gives you access into our stock photo gallery. So yes, to answer that question, there will be different pre-available images and things that are available for you right in the builder process. That's a great idea. I'll give to Harley for Tech Tuesday when he's doing the training, the live training on setting up different courses. I'll make sure that he knows that we should showcase how you get access to those stock photos. As far as in-app screen recording, right now, the only way that we could do that would be if you had the DeltaNet app installed on your phone. You would be able to do the screen recording if you are using the DeltaNet mobile app. So there is a roundabout way of doing it, but you wouldn't be able to do that on desktop. So I'll also record that as features and as a feature request that we can have investigations into. Any other questions that you guys have? This has been great. Good feedback so far. I'll give it just another moment here as I'm recording, making sure I have all the notes from all the questions that were asked. Okay. I think that's all the questions that have been asked. So I appreciate you guys sitting through this afternoon and going through this training course with me. If there is any other questions that you guys can think of as it relates to DeltaNet Academy, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can reach me at sales@deltagroup.com, or you can contact us through any of the contact forms on our website, and our support team is happy to help. We look forward to you guys getting hands-on with this next week, and we'll have more webinars about some of the features I mentioned at the beginning of this call here in the very near future. So thank you again. Have a wonderful afternoon, and until next time.